There is a type of person the world fears. Not the loud one. Not the aggressive one. Not the one constantly proving their power. No. The most dangerous person in any room. He does not beg for approval. He does not chase validation. He does not fear losing people. And because of this, no one can control him. Most people spend their lives negotiating their value. Trying to be liked. Trying to be accepted. Trying to avoid rejection. But the moment you need something from others, respect, validation, attention, love, approval, you surrender leverage. And leverage is power. The one who needs nothing cannot be manipulated, cannot be pressured, cannot be threatened. Because threats only work on people who have something to lose. This is why history repeatedly shows the same pattern. The individual who becomes psychologically independent becomes psychologically untouchable. And that is exactly the kind of person Machiavelli studied. Not the good, not the moral, but the affective. The ones who ruled minds, controlled narratives, and shaped power itself. Today, you will understand why the world fears the man who needs nothing, and how to become him. The philosophy of detachment. Human behavior is driven by dependence. We depend on others for validation, for emotional security, for identity, for belonging. But every dependency creates a weakness, and weakness creates leverage. Machiavelli understood this principle better than most philosophers. He observed rulers, warriors, politicians, and manipulators. And he noticed something chilling. The most powerful individuals were not the most loved. They were the least dependent. They were capable of losing people without collapsing. Capable of standing alone without panic. Capable of existing without constant validation. And that capability created fear. Because people quickly realized something important. They could not threaten someone who needed nothing. Threats rely on fear. Fear relies on loss. And loss only hurts those who are attached. Detach the attachment. And the fear disappears. When fear disappears, control disappears. And when control disappears, power shifts. This is the foundation of Machiavellian psychological independence. Not cruelty. Not arrogance. Detachment. Code. Calm. Strategic detachment. Law 1. The person who seeks approval is already controlled. Most people are addicted to approval. They want to be liked. They want to be admired. They want reassurance that they matter. And manipulators know this. Approval becomes the bait. Praise becomes the leash. Acceptance becomes the trap. The moment you crave validation, someone else owns the supply. And whoever controls the supply controls the behavior. This is why Machiavelli warned rulers never to become dependent on public affection. Because affection is unstable. And dependency on unstable things creates vulnerability. When approval becomes unnecessary, your behavior independence independent. You stop adjusting yourself to fit expectations. You stop explaining yourself to please others. You stop chasing acceptance. And when this happens, something subtle changes. People begin to respect you differently. Not because you asked for it, but because they cannot influence you anymore. Law 2. Emotional independence creates psychological authority. Emotionally dependent people are predictable. They fear rejection. They fear disapproval. They fear losing relationships. Because of this fear, their behavior becomes cautious, defensive, and easily manipulated. But emotional independence creates a different presence. A calm presence. A grounded presence. A person who does not panic when relationships shift. Does not panic when people disagree. Does not panic when approval disappears. This calmness sends a powerful signal. This person cannot be pressured. And when someone cannot be pressured, their authority increases automatically. Authority does not come from aggression. It comes from stability. Law 3, scarcity creates value. The world values what is rare, not what is abundant. Attention, validation, time, energy. When these are given freely to everyone, they lose value. But when they become selective, their importance multiplies. A person who constantly seeks connection appears replaceable. But a person who is comfortable standing alone appears rare. Scarcity creates curiosity. Curiosity creates intrigue. Intrigue creates respect. And respect creates power. This is why the man who needs nothing becomes magnetic. Not because he tries to attract attention, but because his independence makes him unusual. And unusual things capture attention automatically. Law 4, freedom from fear is psychological dominance. Fear is the most common manipulation tool. Fear of rejection. Fear of loneliness. Fear of criticism. Fear of abandonment. These fears control millions of decisions every day. People stay in toxic environments, accept disrespect, remain silent in uncomfortable situations, all because they fear losing something. But when someone no longer fears losing approval, their behavior changes dramatically. They speak honestly. They walk away easily. They tolerate less nonsense. And this behavior disrupts power structures. Because manipulators rely on fear. Remove fear, and their strategy collapses. Law 5, the detached mind cannot be provoked. Provocation is a manipulation tactic. Someone insults you, mocks you, challenges your ego. They want a reaction, because reaction gives them influence. But the detached mind refuses to participate. Not because it is weak, because it is disciplined. A detached individual observes instead of reacting. They notice manipulation attempts, but they refuse to reward them. And when provocation stops producing reactions, the manipulator becomes frustrated, then confused, then defeated. Because their strategy requires emotional engagement, and the detached mind provides none. Law 6, independence destroys leverage. Leverage is the ability to influence someone's decisions. And leverage always comes from dependency. Money, approval, affection, belonging, status. When someone depends on these things, they can be controlled through them. But remove the dependency, and leverage disappears. The man who needs nothing cannot be bribed, cannot be pressured, cannot be emotionally cornered. He is not reckless. He simply refuses to attach his identity to external things. His identity remains internal. An internal identity cannot be manipulated easily. Law 7, silence strengthens power. People who constantly talk about themselves reveal their insecurities. They explain their intentions, defend their actions, reveal their emotions. And every revelation becomes data. Data that others can analyze. But silence protects power. The person who speaks less reveals less. And what remains unknown becomes powerful. Silence creates mystery. Mystery creates caution. Caution creates respect. This is why Machiavelli valued restraint. Because controlled silence forces others to speculate. And speculation often exaggerates power. Tactical execution, becoming the person who needs nothing. Understanding these laws is not enough. They must be practiced. First, reduce your dependence on validation. Not everyone needs to approve of you. Second, learn emotional self-control. Your reactions should be deliberate, not automatic. Third, develop internal stability. Your identity must not depend on external opinions. Fourth, accept the possibility of losing people. Not everyone belongs in your life forever. And when you accept this reality, your behavior becomes fearless. Fearlessness does not mean aggression. It means calm detachment. You do not chase. You do not beg. You do not force connections. You allow people to come and allow them to leave without losing yourself. This is psychological independence. And psychological independence creates something rare. Unshakable presence. The final warning. There is a price for this transformation. When you become emotionally independent, you will see the world differently. You will notice manipulation where you once saw friendship. You will notice insecurity where you once saw confidence. You will notice control where you once saw kindness. And some people will feel uncomfortable around you because they cannot influence you anymore. But something else will happen. The right people will respect you more deeply. Because real strength recognizes real strength. And the strongest individuals are never the loudest. They are the calmest, the most controlled, the most detached. Because they understand something the world often ignores. The greatest power a person can possess is the ability to walk away from anything. Approval, attention, status, even people, without losing themselves. And once you reach that level, you will discover a truth that Machiavelli understood centuries ago. The world does not fear the strongest man. The world fears the man who needs nothing. Is the one who needs nothing.